police brutality is getting out of hand. It's rooted in the flawed system that perpetuates racism and violence that fails to protect and serve justice to the one who needs it the most. We're talking about black people, we're talking about Hispanic and Asian communities, we're talking about George Floyd, Michael Brown, Breonna Taylor, and the countless deaths of black people that died at the hands of the police department. That's why we want police defunding. That is the element our reliance on policing to secure our public safety as opposed to proposing an institutional reform. 5 points of mechanism. Firstly, we will have state budget reduction from the police department and allocate it to healthcare, education, rehabilitation, and therapy centers, and we want to make them free. Secondly, we will have a collective security system. That means that we have to have a community-led policy that involves a system that only impact on community perception. We'll routinely report the results back to the public and create a feedback loop to inform necessary changes in strategy, tactics, or in the management of the agency to protect the community. There will be several litigation process as usual, and the crimes will be solved by the head of the district. Fourth, when there are heavy crimes such as drug dealing or murder, citizens can still sue perpetrators to get retribution and closure. We will invest in small businesses around the Bronx, Fido, and neighborhoods or other areas that need help the most. The things I'm going to talk about today are firstly how the police department have been marginalizing the suffering of black people and other communities, and secondly how the police defunding is the most effective way to help marginalized communities. Your 2 points of rebuttal. Firstly, they will say to you it's not just the way to punish good police officers because of the bad ones. You think that's true because of the moment that the good police force doesn't report on the bad ones because of the brutality, racism, sexism, and violence that's been going on toward people of color. They're encompassed in the harms that the cops did. But why don't they want to report? Because police officers go in squad on mission. You have each other's backs during this kind of mission. If you report, then you'll be seen as the loyal obeying them. If they hate you for doing so, they don't care about your life when you are in the middle of a dangerous mission. For example, referring a drug cartel and there's gonna be whatnot. The moment they know that you reported them, they will not try to protect you or cover you when you have to escape that location. For example, the structural system makes it impossible for cops to defend themselves when their training tells them that their lives are at stake and they have to look out for their colleagues' life as well. You will be alienated if you are disloyal and you want them to die. That's why police tend to turn off the body cams and the footage to protect each other and prevent this kind of thing from happening. But even if you have independent counsel, we will still report and investigate, right? They say sure it might happen, but the proposition neglects the true interest and the agenda that people of color want, which is education, welfare, and money. Even when one specific police officer or somebody severe on punishment because of what they did, back us will still suffer. Betul. They say to you institutional reform will be effective in protecting marginalized communities. We don't think that's true because the root of the problem is internal racism. Even if you not only with the fact that you live 20 years or more of your life justifying racism and violence towards people of color will be hard to change because that means you need a few years of reformation and we don't have that much time for our people's safety. Secondly, the police department originates and is inherently biased below terrorism and violence. In the US, police were used as slave patrols. This is why black people harmlessly driving or making a joke can be considered something suspicious in their department. But if the institutional reform will ease the violence and racism towards people of color, that's only the bare minimum because to be anti-racist and to be anti-violence is something that is not and status quo. What they want is a type of community, not just being anti-racist and anti-violence. Moving on to my substantive cases. Firstly, the personal ground on why we justified in the funding the reason why firstly historical violence and racism. The USA created a system of police department to keep white people safe and to control slavery laws. Then to black people they can the trauma last for generation, how they have economic and educational repercussion, and how it's because of the grandmothers who live in poverty and were constantly marginalized and tortured. That's why it was very hard for them to get an educational back then. Secondly, the amount of black death is crazy. From making and shooting to Breonna Taylor, for example, recently a black male got shot 7 times in his back homelessly. Thirdly, there are more of different kind of black people and different treatment towards mentally ill black people. Thirdly, the police department has failed to give protection and support to this marginalized community. This marginalized community doesn't have enough money, and that's why a lot of people resort to crime like robbery and whatnot. As also happened to create a job market, the police department is all catching them and taking away their lives from their own. For example, taking away resource of income is very problematic because not as supposed to be safe with the existence of police department. These people are constantly threatened because they know someday that the police will take them away from their homes and take away their means of getting money. That's why we think it is very much justified to defund the police department, knowing the discrimination and suffering that the department brings and imposes on the marginalized community. Second argument, how best defunding is the most effective way to help marginalized community. Which is well, there are no crime rates too, right? Why people are not afraid to walk alone, people being pulled over on the highway for any reason we don't want it anymore. Because the reason why crime rates from the robbery and taking someone's asset or what is because they don't have enough money and they are very respectful to authority figures that are the ones who don't care about it and they don't get benefits from the law. They don't get enough money because they have no job vacancy. It's very hard for them to look for a good job. The jobs available are being drug dealer, for example, or those low-wage jobs that don't allow them to get enough money to pay for bills and food. But on the other hand, these people are not already disincentivized to help others when they have enough money because the biggest incentive will be getting welfare benefits. The moment that they will have enough money, you won't have to have anything to give people. Take away the what's or from them. That's why our proposal is to even allocate the funding to support our citizens because it will create several benefits. First, drug dealers and gangs are the ones who desperately need money and can get a blue-collar job because of their educational background and the limited job vacancy. Our proposal is to use the allocation budget to invest in small business who help them resort to secure safe job that won't risk their life. For example, when going to a coffee shop, you will not be killed by any other drug dealer. And if the proposition's big and concern is because of drug cartel, then we can use the existing and lasting funds from the funding for the drug war. It is the perfect momentum to get help from political support, especially from Democrats. Further, protecting this franchise community has been the main agenda for Democrats from the beginning. We think that they listen to us, knowing we are the biggest supporter of the base that we